Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've got a really exciting video for you today. We're going to be talking about the Lisa Eldridge limited edition lipsticks. They are the Plush Matte Velvet Lip Color. And if any of you guys saw her introduction video on this, you are probably just as excited as I am. I've already opened these up and I've already actually worn one out to dinner already, so I can give you a little bit of feedback on its wear. So if you are interested in these 3 new lipsticks from Lisa Eldridge, then just keep on watching. So I'm sure all of you know who Lisa Eldridge is. She is a world-renowned makeup artist. She does makeup for celebrities. She is, I believe, the creative director behind Lancome. She's been the creative director at Shiseido. She's also published a book called Face Paint, and she was one of the very first big celebrity makeup artists to actually create their own YouTube channel, and she's really believed in the platform for a very long time, and I just applaud her for that. So she has finally come out with some of her own makeup, and she talks a lot about her inspiration in her video, so I'm not going to speak for her or anything. But she's created 3 limited edition lipsticks, all inspired by the velvet fabric. And I just want to show you, I purchased all 3 in a kit. You can buy the 3 separately, individually if you'd like, or you can purchase all 3 as part of a kit, and it comes with this velvet pouch with her little logo on there, the L and the lips, which is really beautiful. And then her little birthmark there, which I think is so cute. So this is like black velvet with gold embroidery. And then it has a gold zipper with a little matte gold pull here. It also has her little logo on the pull as well. So all 3 lipsticks are a very bold red. They go from a really warm, bright orange red to one that is a little bit deeper. It is quite, as she calls it, quite a chameleon shade, and you really have to experience it to believe it. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But the lipsticks come in a box that looks like so. It has her logo on there, some gold accenting, typical cardboard box. And here is the packaging. I love this matte gold, super sleek bullet, round. It has her logo embossed on the top there, and then it just has the color name on the bottom. Very simple, very chic, very sleek. I love it. It's also magnetized, so you get that really satisfying kind of click every time the lipstick closes. And the most fascinating part of these lipsticks is the, I guess, embossing on each of the bullets. I have no idea how this was done. I'm guessing some sort of machine that kind of maybe laser cut into each bullet, but it has turned each bullet into something resembling a velvet ribbon. So incredibly cool and just really beautiful to look at. It almost makes you not want to use the lipstick, but it won't stop us here today. So if you look at the bullet closely, actually, so the side has that kind of velvet texture, and on the top of the bullet you can see that there is no texture embossing there, and that's what the lipstick, I guess, would actually look like if there wasn't that treatment along the outside. So I'm gonna start from lightest to darkest color. I guess that makes the most sense. So the first one I'm gonna play around with is Velvet Morning, and this is the one that has like a fieriness to it. It's very warm. It has a little bit of an orange in there. This to me just screams spring, summer. These are the kind of colors that I love to wear once the weather gets a little bit warmer and you're outside a little bit, your skin gets a little bit bronze. I think this color looks great. So when I was watching Lisa's video on these, she was applying them in 2 different ways. Obviously straight from the bullet, like right onto her lips, and also with her fingertip and kind of just dabbing the color on. So I'm gonna do it both ways. I'm gonna start by tapping it on with my finger, and then we'll go in with a more opaque application straight from the bullet. So I'm just gonna take my pointer finger, I'm just gonna go right on top of the bullet here. By the way, when it comes to red lipstick, I would say one of the most important steps in applying red lipstick is to exfoliate your lips, which I just did. So I just wanted to mention that I just used my favorite Frank Body lip scrub. It's like a sugar and coffee ground scrub, and it's just great. Great, great, great. And my lips feel pretty fresh. They're always kind of dry, but they feel a little bit smoother than they did before, thankfully. Velvet Morning. I have some on my fingertip, and I'm just gonna start to, dab it onto my lips. That's pretty phenomenal. I don't feel like I had that much on my fingertip, and it went quite a ways. So there is Velvet Morning just sort of tapped onto my lips. Very, very light application. I kind of love that. And she also used these lipsticks as blush as well. I have a little bit of blush on, but I'm just going to tap a little bit and we can see how effective that is as blush. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I barely had any on my finger and I think I have plenty on both cheeks there. So there is Velvet Morning. I'm going to go ahead and apply a more opaque layer straight from the bullet so you guys can get a real sense of the color because it is incredibly vibrant. These are incredibly pigmented. I didn't even have to press down very hard. I felt like I was just kind of grazing the lipstick over my lips and I got plenty of color. As for the finish, they are definitely matte. I don't find that they reflect any bit of light, maybe a little bit more than something, say, like a liquid lipstick or the Pat McGrath matte trans lipsticks. I find the Pat McGrath formula to be a little bit thicker and to be even a little bit more matte than these. This is definitely, you know, if you were to categorize this lipstick, it's definitely a matte lipstick, but there's just a little something to them, and it's maybe because I'm sitting under these bright lights, but I feel like I see a little something else going on in this lipstick. They're very comfortable. Again, I have very, very dry lips, which is generally why I stay away from matte formulas, but this feels very nice. They definitely remind me a bit of the Pat McGrath matte trans lipsticks in that they go on very smoothly. They don't feel like a very dry, typical kind of matte lipstick, and it feels great on the lips. Now, I did wear a color out last night and I went out to dinner, and so I had it on probably for about 4 or 5 hours total. It stayed on through dinner, but it was definitely faded in the middle and it was starting to fade close to where it looked like I kind of had a thick lip liner on. So it's definitely something you need to touch up after dinner. And I had a pretty greasy dinner. Truth be told, I had a steak and some French fries. So that definitely contributed to the wearing down of the lipstick. But I do remember drinking out of the water glass and thinking that not much of it came off on the glass. Definitely some, but not as much as like a cream lipstick per se. Next we have Velvet Ribbon, and this is the most primary red out of all of them. This is, I think, what you would consider the quintessential red lipstick, and again it has that beautiful velvet texture on the outside of the bullet. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just going to apply some to my finger and then I'm going to tap some onto my lips here. So there's just a super, super light coat of this Velvet Ribbon. I feel like it just gives my lips and my entire face now almost this like doll-like appearance. It almost looks like a Victorian porcelain doll, like when they just have like a little bit of like a rouge on their cheeks and like this hint of lips. I feel like that's what this color is doing. I really love it. I feel pretty. I feel like really, really pretty when I look at this like stain on my lips. So let me go ahead and apply straight from the bullet so you guys can get a sense of an opaque application. So there is Velvet Ribbon applied. I feel like with this color I can see more that it's matte, but there's a little something going on. It's not completely flat. I don't know if that's coming across on camera, but I kind of see it on my lower lip there. All right, and last but not least, we have Velvet Jazz, and this is actually the one that I wore out to dinner last night. This color, whew, this one is so beautiful, and it is really, really unique. So in the bullet, I feel like it looks like a typical kind of brick red color, but when you apply it, I feel like a little bit of a rosy tinge comes out. It's so pretty. So anyway, let me go ahead and lip swatch this for you. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger and do a finger application first. So there is a really sheer stain of Velvet Jazz. I do want to mention, now that I'm on the last color, that I feel like all three of these all feel and perform the same way. I don't feel like any red is more pigmented than the other, or any one is more streaky than the other, or anything like that. They're all incredibly pigmented and they all behave the same to me. All right, so let me go ahead and apply Velvet Jazz straight from the bullet. Okay, and there is Velvet Jazz finally applied to my lips. I ended up using a lip brush to kind of clean up the edge. I still wasn't happy with it. I'm still not exactly happy with it. So I added a little bit of concealer around there to clean up the lips, but I think it ended up looking a little pink. Anyway, don't mind that if you'll just focus on the lip color. So those are the 3 limited edition Plush Matte Velvet lipsticks from Lisa Eldridge. I think they're really, really special products. For me, these lipsticks end up being like the whole experience, from this beautiful case and then just looking at this exquisite bullet and that velvet. It just gets you in this type of mood for the holidays and gift giving, and I think she couldn't have timed this release any better. I think this is a perfect gift for any makeup lover out there. I don't think you can go wrong with these. They're so beautiful. They're just so special. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Please comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video.